Everyone's worried about the next big crash on Wall Street, but they're looking in the wrong place. The real-time bomb ticking in the American economy, it isn't in a bank vault, it's in your wallet, and the timer is set to keep you trapped for life.
Take a look at this number, $6,371. That's the average credit card balance in this country. And, on the surface, it doesn't seem catastrophic, right? But that's the whole point. It's designed to look manageable, when in reality, it's a carefully laid trap engineered to strangle your financial future.
You've heard it a million times, right? Just be responsible. Make your minimum payment. But what if I told you that doing the responsible thing is the very advice designed to keep you poor? What if it's the biggest lie in personal finance?
And that lie is exactly what we're going to tear apart today. Welcome to Rich Uncle Bob. Now, here's the deal. Rich Uncle Bob figured something out that completely flipped his understanding of money on its head. And it's something, honestly, most people will go their entire lives without knowing because they're too busy following the same old advice that's designed to keep them broke.
So here's our game plan. We're going to expose this American debt trap for what it is. We'll dissect the lie they've been feeding you. I'm going to show you exactly how the game is rigged against you. And then, the most important part, I'm going to show you the escape hatch, the one they pray you never find.
All right, first things first, let's get something crystal clear. This whole narrative, this trillion-dollar credit card problem, it's not about people going wild with spending. It's not about fancy TVs and designer bags. For most people, for middle-class America, this is about one thing: survival.
And look, the numbers don't lie. 45%, almost half of this debt comes from emergencies. The car that breaks down out of nowhere, the medical bill that your insurance decides not to cover. Then you've got another 28% just for day-to-day stuff. Groceries, gas for the car. You add that up, that's almost 75% of all credit card debt just being used to keep your head above water. And this chart right here, it shows you exactly who's getting crushed. Look at this, 56% of families making under 50 grand are trapped carrying a balance. But as the income goes up, the number goes down. See, this has nothing to do with being irresponsible. It's a straight-up math problem. When you're not earning enough, debt isn't a choice. It's the only safety net they give you.
And here's the kicker. Once you're in this trap, getting out is almost impossible. 60% of people with this debt have been carrying it for at least a year. A year! Many are stuck for 5 years, even longer. This isn't just a tough month. It's a financial prison sentence. So why? Why is this happening?
Well, that brings us to the biggest, most destructive lie in modern finance. It's the one they shove down your throat on TV, in the newspapers, everywhere. If you're in debt, it's your fault. You're irresponsible. You just need to budget better. But let's peel back that lie and look at the actual reality. Their story? You're bad with money. The real story? The system is broken. The economic ground has literally been ripped out from under an entire generation of workers.
I mean, look at this. This chart is just devastating. When you adjust for inflation, the typical American household in 2012 made the exact same amount of money as they did in 1995. Think about that. Nearly 20 years with zero real progress. You tell me, how is anyone supposed to get ahead when they're stuck on a treadmill going nowhere? And here's the big secret. When your paycheck stopped growing, the system had a solution for you, a substitute. And that substitute was easy credit. Can't get a raise? No problem. Here's a credit card. It was a deal with the devil. It kept the economic engine sputtering along, all while secretly hollowing out the middle class from the inside.
This graph right here, this shows you the entire scam in one picture. As the share of money going to workers went down, household debt shot straight up to fill the void. It's a perfect mirror image. They took your income and they replaced it with their debt. Your loss was literally their gain. So, who got rich off this deal? Well, while your debt was exploding, the wealth of the top 1% went into the stratosphere. See, they weren't just making money off your interest payments. No. They were bundling up your debt, your struggle, and selling it on Wall Street as a profitable asset. Your pain became their portfolio. Okay, so the game is rigged. Wages are stuck. Debt is the only option. So, how do they make sure you stay trapped? How do they turn a short-term problem into a life sentence of payments? It's not just about the numbers. It's about psychology. It's straight-up warfare for your mind.
You see, the true evil genius of this whole debt trap isn't just the insane interest rates. That's obvious. The real trick is how they've designed the way you pay it back. It's built to exploit a loophole in your own brain.
It's a little thing called anchoring bias. It's a mental shortcut our brains take. Basically, whatever number we see first, our brain gets anchored to it and bases all other decisions around it. And the banks? Oh, they know this, and they use it against you every single month without fail.
You know that minimum payment on your credit card statement? That's not a helpful tip. It's not a suggestion, it's the anchor. It's a weapon. They set that number incredibly low on purpose, so your brain sees it and thinks, okay, that's the baseline. I'll pay double that and I'm being super responsible. And that's exactly the thought they want you to have.
Let's do the ugly math. Let's take that average balance again, $6,400. If you fall for the trap and just pay the minimum, it will take you 18 years to pay it off. 18. And get this, you'll pay over $9,000 in interest. The bank literally makes more in pure profit off of you than the money you originally spent. It's unbelievable.
And let me be clear, this isn't because you're dumb or bad at math. It's because our brains just aren't built to calculate compounding interest over decades. They know that. They offer this flexibility because they know the human mind is terrible at handling it. The system is designed for you to fail. So this leads to a really important question, a moral one. When you know for a fact that you are playing a game that is rigged against you from every single angle, do you have some kind of moral duty to keep playing, to follow their rules, or is that just being a fool? Well, there is an escape hatch. There's a powerful tool written right into the law, designed for exactly this kind of situation. And it's a tool the banks and credit card companies have spent millions, maybe billions, trying to make you afraid of. Why? Because it's the one thing that gives you the power to just walk away. It's called Chapter 7 bankruptcy. And I know that word sounds terrifying. They've made sure of it. They want you to think of failure, shame, losing everything. They want you to think it's the end. But the reality? It's not an end. It's a beginning. It's a financial reset button. Just look at what this tool is specifically designed to eliminate. Credit card debt? Gone. Medical bills? Gone. Those predatory personal loans? Gone. The very chains they use to keep you trapped can be legally permanently shattered. Now look, it's not a magic wand. It doesn't wipe out everything. You're still on the hook for student loans, back taxes, child support, things like that. So this isn't a get-out-of-jail-free card for everything. But for the specific predatory debt we're talking about, it's a nuclear option. And let's kill the biggest myth right now, the one they used to scare you. You'll lose everything? It's a lie. The absolute truth is that the vast majority of cases are what's called no-asset cases. Because the law protects your primary home, your car, your retirement savings, most people don't lose a thing. You don't lose your life. You get your life back. So this goes beyond just a legal strategy. This is about a fundamental shift in how you think. It's about understanding that the system, the other side, broke the rules first. They broke the social contract. And when they do that, you are no longer morally bound to play their broken game. Think about it. They broke their promise when your pay stopped keeping up with your hard work. They broke it when they pushed debt on you instead of a real raise. They broke it when they used your debt to create financial bubbles that only made them richer. And they're breaking it right now, charging you 20+% interest while your savings account earns, what, pennies? This isn't a moral system we're talking about. So let's just call a spade a spade. Making a strategic choice to walk away, that isn't being irresponsible. It's recognizing that the game is predatory. It's a rational choice to protect yourself and your family. It's making the conscious decision that you will no longer be the prey. So I'll leave you with one final question. When the game is rigged, when the rules are built for you to fail, and when the house is profiting from your pain, what's the right move? Now here's the thing. Rich Uncle Bob didn't figure this out overnight. It took years of making mistakes, following the wrong advice, and finally waking up to how money actually works. But now, he's sharing these lessons so you don't have to learn them the hard way. If this opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button because there's a lot more where this came from. And trust me, the next one might just change everything for you.